This is not your normal discussion where we talk all about the hard topics uncensored and unfiltered. This is not your normal discussion where we talk all about the hard topics uncensored and unfiltered. This is not your normal discussion.
I just realized I wasn't talking this whole time.
You said what?
I just realized I wasn't talking this whole time.
Oh, you weren't.
I'm good now, but yeah.
But seriously though, I'm disappointed. How did y'all? This man has been found guilty of rape. He is a felon. Y'all won't even let a felon cut your grass.
You want to deport the felons?
This country, baby, no, we can't do this.
Well, you know what
Like,
happened. This was a failure to add. This is a failure to reach out to the people that you needed to reach out to in order for it to get their support. You assumed,
exactly,
huh?
see, because there's some funny business going on
I
in
mean, that's
this.
part of it. I mean, obviously, right? On the surface, there could always be some. Put it to you like this: I think she lost, no matter what the recount says. At this point,
No, and that's fine. That's
yeah.
fine. But it's the fact that even my sister has said that she had checked her voter registration, even though she had mailed in her vote. It said she wasn't registered. And she's like, how? When I literally sent in the ballot.
A lot of people ended up like that. That's why I don't never do mail-in ballots.
I do mail in ballots, and mine was accepted and everything. I didn't have an issue. I never have an issue. But hey, I'm a disabled person, and I have to do mail-in sometimes. I can't stand out there like that. I can't do it.
We didn't stand at ours. We just kind of went in and did it and left.
Well, sometimes where I go,
You need to get a different place to register because was straight.
it goes by your polling place. They assign you the polling place there.
I thought you can reassign. Can't you reassign yourself?
I don't think so.
We did.
I was like, I don't know.
We did that. We used to be one place in the southeast, and then we moved to another place in the southeast.
Yeah, when you
No, no,
move,
not move. I meant like we little no, because when we first moved, we were still at that old place. When we first moved into our new apartment, we had to go back to Henry Elementary in order to do our stuff.
well, that's when we go. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm telling you, I believe it's possible. That's why I'm
Is
telling
it?
you.
Okay.
Yeah, but
But,
go ahead.
okay. Lord, I done forgot.
You were saying that your cousins.
Yeah, so she, yeah, like, I can do the mail-in little ballots and stuff like that. That's not a problem for me because who knows, I might be sick on that day, like with my luck. You know what I
Right,
mean? So it's, got to keep up with that. But
but you
yeah, that was
believe that
weird.
it's
Don't know why my sister like could not was not registered when she looked herself up, but that is happening. People's signatures were being uh verified,
oh yeah,
they
because
look different and all of that. I'm just like, okay, y'all, well, but I just need you to understand this man, like, he has no plan. We can see that from his cabinet. Okay, he has no plan, and yet y'all voted him into office. And I would love to take this opportunity to ask Samurai, why didn't you vote?
why you put him on the spot like that?
No,
Uh.
no, it's fine. It's fine because I got an answer.
Oh,
I
okay.
already voted. I already voted. Here's the thing. I
You
voted for
have
Jesus
voted.
Christ. Yes, for Jesus Christ. And I sound like a Jesus freak, but I'm dead serious. My faith and my hope and my belief is in Jesus Christ. So there's no one in this world, no president, whether they black or white, is going to oversee that. So for me as a Christian, and I think every true Christian and true believer in Christ should be like this, as me as a Christian, there's no need for that. It's pointless. My Bible even says to follow the land of the law that I'm under until it goes against God. So no matter who's up there, I'm gonna be following Jesus, and he's going to be my final word until it goes against God, and then I really need to fight. That's one aspect.
Wasn't
Well,
like
I mean, but that hold on, sir. I think you misinterpret that scripture.
I wasn't laughing at him. I wasn't laughing at him.
Hmm?
At all.
No, 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 no. I was. It's
Saying
the.
the thing about if it's not going with God's plan or whatever, and I'm like, hello.
Oh, would you want to talk about that? Hello, yes. This
Oh,
girl that y'all want, this woman that y'all want to be in, all the things she stands for goes against what God wants. Most of everything she stands for. Now, I don't get too much into the politics, but from
nah,
what I've heard,
Heard. Hold
huh?
on.
I wanted to know what
He's,
it was that she stood for that was against God.
he about to say. He's about to say it. You cut him off. Go
Oh,
ahead.
he was.
Yeah.
Yes, I was.
You said from what I heard.
Yes, from what I heard, from what I understand, some of the policies and stuff that she wants, as far as her being okay with the whole gender thing and stuff in the bathrooms, and she's being okay with that. Like I'm not one to judge, but God's word is God's word. So that stuff is going against God. Just like on the other hand, if you ask me personally, do I think, abortion should be illegal? Me personally, no. I think the woman should have their church. I mean, their choice. However, if you ask me, do I think God is okay with you killing a baby because it is murder, it is a straight answer. Now, whether you like that answer, whether you can deal with that answer, it's straight. I'm in my walk now. I'm a sinful person. I'm not perfect. There's a lot of things that God tells me to do that I may not like, but His word is His word. And I cannot support somebody that is the things that you want to do are way against God for one, and then two, you sat up there and told people go take God somewhere else. And then after the election, went to church like in your people's eyes. That's supposed to make them feel better. Now whether Trump is faking or not, I'd rather say okay to somebody that at least fears God at the bare minimum, and at least wants to follow God, than someone who literally said, "Get that Christian stuff out of here. This is not the place for it." I can't judge the man on what he did. I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to judge. Point blank, period. Whether he did this stuff, whether he didn't, we all got skeletons. But I know one thing: this man is praying. This man has massive political people sitting there and praying. There's nothing negative that can come from that. So if I'm gonna have to stand behind anybody and be okay with anybody being our president, yes, I would rather give it to one, a businessman, and then two, a man that fears God. That's where I stand.
A lot of people
I'm
share
just
your
saying,
sentiment. So
right, and a lot of people feel that. I've
yeah.
talked to people as I drive, and a lot of people like that. You know what? I might not like what you're saying, but it's the truth. And then for real, we've been voting forever. You think it's really gonna change? It doesn't matter who's there.
Nah, we gotta
The
just. That's
government
the
is
we gotta
going
stop. You gotta stop that
right.
mentality.
What I'm about to say, but it's the
Yeah, man, you
truth.
gotta stop that. I was with you
The
with
government.
your opinion on everything else until you got there, because it's like once you bow out, that's it. You like you said, it really is in God's hands at that point, but it's really not in God's hands. Whoever controls God at that point is whoever controls God.
No one controls God. God is God.
People can control the narrative of God, sir. It's like this. It's like how people talk about Halloween. Holidays change their meaning all the time. All the time. People who celebrate Jesus and Christianity has changed time and time again. Even the thing that you're learning right now even isn't the one true Bible. You're reading the new Bible. You're not reading the old Bible.
And that's where the relationship with God comes from. I man, I have literally gone through everything that you're saying, and it caused me to walk away. because I got so strong to the religion of things. And as soon as that religion started to crack for me, then yeah, I walked away from God. I walked away from the whole thing. I had every question, all the things you're saying right now. I am back in God's graces because of grace and mercy. And I have gained a relationship with him now that's way bigger than whatever
Give me a second.
religion you decide to claim. And once you do that, the word will become alive. And sometimes it's futile, like you said. The narrative of the book is
I'm
futile.
engineering the
It's
show.
not God. It's how
I'll
we
check it when I'm
interpret
done.
the Bible, how we switch the Bible's words, how we try to make the Bible fit for the lifestyle that we want to live, not what God is really doing and what God is really teaching.
who has a strict code around whether or not to consider himself Catholic to appease these other people. Listen, he didn't even, when people ask her if he's black or not, I'm sorry. Listen, listen, listen. No, let's be real. Let's be real. No, he said next question. Again, he's talking about collard greens and some strict cleaning in the back. But we're not talking about back then. We're talking about now. You're asking her. Listen, all I'm saying is, Kamala thought she could, mama rat and PP and, buy for their theater. This is her election year towards the end, which she lost it. But on the flip side, when someone is telling you, hey, this is what I'm asking you guys about, I don't know if you're voting in again. Don't worry about it. We're going to fix it after that. When you know that there's special electors, when you know someone has gone out of their way to an election before, when you know that these people have, multiple white supremacy groups supporting them, then I'm not saying vote blue no matter who. I'm saying know who your enemy is. And don't say just because he claims the love of God on him, just because they say he's the most Messiah, just because multiple fundamentalist Christians think he would have been in the rapture, don't fall for the open book. Because again, you will be easily being fooled to accomplish their needs and others needs and more than them. Let's just say. Oh no, but like I said, if someone was talking from another authenticity spectrum, right? If, for example, you're a Hispanic person, like I was just watching coverage of people talking about how they don't care if their family member is just a color, they can just do it bad. Like obviously you really don't understand how this could even affect you to the record. When people talk about, oh hey, Obamacare, but how Affordable Care Act will save their lives. When people are talking about, you know, oh, police brutality is bad and all, but people shouldn't just stop resisting. But also, at the same time, they're talking about empowering the police and everything like that. Again, do you even like the concept of America, or do you just like the exceptionalism part of it? Because if the whole idea of this country, the whole thing we were told on as children, is that there's freedom to express yourself, that the government can't just like fuck with you if they want to, that like police can't just rough-hand you if they want to. Then good, we're black, so we know there's real different reality to that. But if the illusion and the whitewash, the hogwash of America is this is a better country than all these other countries because the secret police aspect of it, the hindering of the rights aspect of it, all these other things are the things we should love. The freedom of religion, freedom to express yourself, freedom to be who you want to be. If that's what people love about America, then when you vote for Trump, the only way that you're voting for that same freedom is if you're voting for the freedom to take those rights away from other people so you can live as freely as you want to and so as freely as you want to. And again, that benefits you most if you're white. And if you're not, they'll let you say some shit like get out of line and smack you back in.
Well, there's no. Hold on. There's another. Oh, I'm sorry. My apologies.
I kind of wanted to pivot back to Samurai only because he only gave us reasons as to why he didn't like Kamala, but I want to know why he liked Trump.
Well, no. A better question. Why didn't you vote for Trump?
Well, that's the thing. I just think
He didn't vote.
No. I get that, but it's so you really looked at him and said 34 convictions.
first thing I said is I put God first. So that's why I didn't vote, because I really don't like any one of them. Then I said I don't agree with everything that Trump has done. Then I said I cannot judge. So I'm not going to judge this man for anything. However, if I had to choose one of the lesser evils, whether he is doing it genuinely or not, I'd rather choose someone who seems to be putting God at the center of his life
Or his
than
campaign.
choose someone, huh?
Yeah.
Or his
Or his,
campaign, whatever it is.
But if that's not how he actually lives his life, that's not him.
no, I get that.
I'm not here to judge.
But but
But
but my
yeah,
but my question then is, why didn't you just vote for Trump? It makes everything you says makes sense if you voted for Trump.
Because he
Your
doesn't vote.
answer,
That's what he
I
told me on the
don't
phone.
vote. Yeah, that was it. I don't vote, and I said the reason why I don't vote. So I wouldn't have voted for any one of them. But I'm saying if I had to pick the lesser evil, then it would have been him.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. So,
So
but
I wouldn't vote. I'm already covered.
nah, okay. You have gone along with the people who really don't want to have this conversation because you rather just it is what it is kind of people. It just is what it is. What happens will happen. If we good, we good. If we ain't, it is what it is. I got God. I got God and anime on my side.
You got to animate like.
Got God and anime on my side. I get. Okay.
Can I say this though? Remember when I was talking to you on that day and I was like, hey, um, you know, could you bring pictures? And, you were having a hard time because I guess you were working and trying to, get to us. But remember I asked you, what about everybody else? Because you said you're covered, right? So I
Uh-huh.
asked, what about everybody else? And remember, you took a minute to answer, to have a good answer, even though it really wasn't that good. But
Did I give you an answer?
yeah,
What was the
after
answer?
What did I tell you?
20 seconds, you said, "Well, I'll just tell them to do what I did," but that's not how this works.
Oh yeah, it is. It is because I can't. I'm not. So the hard answer is everybody has to fend for themselves. What I can tell you is where I get my power and my strength from. Now, if you choose to go out and get a relationship with Christ and meet me in the same spot, then you're gonna be just as fine as me. But if
Well,
you
I
choose to,
will not be doing that because I am a
well,
Christian,
hey,
born and
so
raised. Thank you.
so hey, that is what it is.
But you know what? That's the mentality that a lot of people who supported Trump take. Is that like we said, it's always been you can't. So he opted out of the situation, right? So talking to him, talking to Glenn is not the same as talking to an actual Trump supporter, even if he has alignments with
Well, when he
some of the
came,
stuff.
hold up, when he came and dropped off the pictures, he said, "I support Trump." I
Mm.
said, "What?"
Now, we were
We,
talking
my
fast, so you
neighbor
might
was
have
like,
misunderstood.
he walked off. My neighbor walked off. Not the white one, the black one. You ain't see him. He walked off the porch because he was
Okay,
like,
well,
"Nah,
that's it. Well,
nah."
then it must have been a misunderstanding of what I was trying to say. But I just cleared everything up now, so.
Yeah, no. But my thinking is that a lot of people who didn't vote opt out to just kind of let the chips ride. And if you have that ability to do so, it's like Republican adjacent because you have the freedom to do that, where some people really don't. And the people who opt out really are focusing on them. And then the people who are at this point Republicans are focusing on at least this election, we're focusing on themselves because everything that was spoken, whatever rhetoric, whatever was spoken from Trump's campaign has always been in self-interest, not in the interest of your families, not in the interest of the future, not the interests of your coworkers, not the hell. Technically, it's really about your interest in God and what and the current version of God, I should say, or what the government wants God to be in our country, or the way people want to celebrate God in our country, or the current way people are celebrating God in our country. Because remember, you want to we talk about God. Apparently, it was okay for us to be slaves according to the Bible, right? So there's different levels to celebrating and worshiping the Bible. It wasn't evil. Having a slave wasn't evil because we were considered property. We weren't considered human beings. And if we were considered property, that went alongside with God because it was convenient to go alongside with God from those words alone. Respect your property, another man's property, all that. So, but yes.
I was gonna say after you were done, I wanted to actually hear from Tris.
Triss in the mix.
No, after you were done.
Oh, no, no, yeah, yeah. I want to get Trish's opinion on it too. Because,
Well,
yeah.
because it reminds me of this video my roommate had showed me not too long ago that like highlights the big difference between a lot of like fundamentalist Christians or Christian evangelicals and the way a lot of us sit on the flip side, where especially if you're Christian and especially like indoctrinated Christian, like not like okay, well, how am I finding a relationship with God that actually feels right to me?
Okay, audio is still low.
Is it?
Audio is
I can turn them up over here.
Okay.
But
Well, go ahead.
go ahead. I was
Hi
telling you, go ahead.
90, by the way. Hi 90, I'm so sorry.
We were so into this conversation here. But yeah, the audio was low. Yeah, I'm not sure. I hope it's not because of my air conditioner being on. I don't know if it was me or someone else. I'm not sure. Um
Is it
Better now, you guys? Did you fix it, babe?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it better now? You guys? Sorry.
Maybe.
Watching the fight.
Yes, but let's scuttle duddle to that real quick.
Okay.
Just for a moment. Well, yeah. Jake Paul gonna get his shit rocked.
Is it? It hasn't happened yet, apparently. Good. So the fight hasn't happened yet. They're still doing pregame fights.
Oh, look, they knew we would be streaming. That's what it is. Like, oh.
They doing I had to leave for a moment to put a I'm gonna say a beret. Is a beret in the oven?
Bria?
BRIE.
Bria?
Oh,
BRIE.
Bree.
Oh, brie like cheese.
Yeah, it's a dish.
BRIE.
It's a cheese wheel dish that with a pastry with walnuts and
I
stuff.
love brie.
So I had to put that in the oven real quick. But
Love brie.
I glanced over at the television on the way back, and I was like, "Oh, they're not even fighting yet. It's some other champion, current heavyweight champion, fighting."
Mm.
And I guess I'm assuming the Jake Paul fights up next. But yeah, no, people ain't gonna like my opinion on the fight.
Jake Paul gonna get his shit rocked. He said something about that man dead daughter. That's not cool. Like, there's trash talk and then there's being a dick. That's something you just kind of don't do. And then wonder when he knock your shit loose.
Y'all
Why
really
is he
think this
knocking
is a
your
real
shit
fight
loose?
though?
I
No,
don't
I
know.
don't.
I don't
It's
Well,
know.
no,
fake.
well, it's two
It's
ways
all
about it. It's
they
two ways
both
about
get
it.
paid.
Hold on. They're both getting paid regardless. That's like
Yeah.
NFL rules. So you're gonna get paid regardless. You're gonna play. You're gonna play. Whether you
Yeah.
get whether you
I
get a
don't
high
know.
moment or.
Tyson been
But hold
he
on.
been getting
So,
it.
but you're right. You're right, Glenn.
Mhm.
But what's going to tell
Yeah.
because when it comes to boxing, a lot of it's gambling, and at the end of the day, we won't know how who's going to win
Yeah.
because of that altogether. But if we're talking
Right.
about no one involved, pure just a boxing match, yes, I
Mhm.
think that Mike Tyson would fight like his life depends on it. I think he would
Yeah.
fight
Well,
like as if he
I'm
wants to
hoping he
murder this
do.
person, as if
And, and if we
like he wanted him to
and if
lose in
we
the
look
street type fight.
right, yeah, and if we look at it as just that aspect, like if it was an actual real fight, I don't think it's
Mhm.
going to be as easy for him either.
No,
Because you got to figure he's older. Like even if you training your butt off, you're still older. Like there's you
I
talking
don't
about this young
know.
kid. Like it's not going to be that easy for him.
But you know what?
but you know if
Remember
he
the man on the airplane?
Say
You
what?
remember when he knocked that man's shit loose
Oh
on the
my lord!
airplane?
You talking about an
You remember
untrained
that?
person? That's nothing.
but no,
That
but
Who
it's
was
can
still
do
possible.
that?
crazy.
Okay, so but you know what you that
That
might be
and that
right
was
in
only
some
boom,
aspects.
boom, boom.
You
He only
say
hit that
that.
man 3 times
How old
What you
was
say?
what the
two
fuck is
years
my
ago.
boy name? Um
Jake Paul.
basketball football player, rings, inflating footballs. Uh um come on, Tris, help me out.
Tom Brady.
Oh, that
Tom Brady. How old was Tom Brady
yeah,
before he left? Tom Brady, yeah, he
Mm.
was old, and Lord knows this nigga could not take no hits from these young niggas, not at all. That like he get hit one time, that's the end of his season. That's a good hit.
His,
Right.
That's it,
his
right?
job ain't to take hits though.
Uh-huh.
That's the thing. His job ain't to take the hits.
Right. But like the point is that we are known that the older generation can still move and do stuff. Like
yeah.
Oh
So
yeah,
especially when
definitely.
it comes to
yeah,
martial
the
arts
Mike
and
Tyson,
fighting.
honey.
Yeah.
It's all
And
about
he's a trained
fundamentals at that point.
professional.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like he
But
know
that's
where to
why
hit you
but
real good. Like
yeah.
it.
And that,
Mm-mm.
and that's why all I'm saying is not gonna be easy. I'm not gonna say that Mike is gonna easily win. I'm not gonna say the other guy's gonna easily win. It's
Yeah,
gonna be if it was a real fight, it's gonna be a real fight. It's gonna be a good fight.
yeah.
My problem
Hey, it's gonna
my
be a fight regardless.
my issue with this entire fight, and I think Trish can vouch for me. Actually, all y'all can kind of agree with me or disagree with me. It feels kind of rigged. I feel like Mike Tyson put himself in a
It is rigged.
situation where he has everything to lose if he loses, because it's just going to tarnish his reputation. You lost to a fucking meme lord, right? I don't care
Well,
how old
A
you
what?
are,
yeah.
but Jake Paul, the YouTuber, has everything to gain from this.
Yeah,
Everything. It just seems like it's just another way to put down a legend to end a legend in the
Yeah.
eyes of the current people, because who's gonna
please, for the love of God, do not throw this fight, dude.
he's not gonna
Just
throw the
bust him in
fight.
the
He's gonna fight
nose.
like he means it, but if he
Bust him
loses,
Mm,
in the
I don't
nose.
know. I think it's gonna go like the Mayweather's joint, where like, he's gonna hit him, but he ain't trying to hurt him. He gonna hit him. He gonna make
nah,
this
I need him to
money.
hurt him. I don't
Yeah,
need him to
it's
have no
fake.
feelings.
Nah,
I don't
he
need him to have.
listen. I think he trying to make this
Hey,
money, trying to go out with one last good big paycheck. And like to him, it's Mike. He's a different man. Like he get hit, but he's like, what's legacy right now? Like in his mind, he probably did what he needed to do already. He's already proved what he needed to prove. Whatever the children's gonna think, the children's gonna think. But like he
But the
he,
children are the ones who carry the legacy.
I mean, look who's leading boxing right now. When we talk about these conversations right now, is Jake Paul and Logan Paul running through trying to challenge greats again. How do these people get to fight Mayweather of all people? Like, why are they taking bags from them to fight them? Like, they kind of memeing it. So, like, I think it's gonna be a similar situation with Mike. Like, he's gonna fight him. I don't think there's any real animosity. I don't think he's going for blood. I mean, think about it. The man got sick like months ago, and logistically, you would think, oh,
yeah, they
unless
was about to cancel it, wasn't it?
yeah, yeah, there's some real beef. That would be the only other reason. What's the only other reason to come back and do this fight? That paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
So why
Yep.
why beat that man to death when that man is helping you get that paycheck? I think this is either gonna be like a good game, man, good game, and he'll get a good punch in. Jake Paul will get a good punch in. They'll probably either do it down to decision. They'll probably get a couple of knockdowns. Jake Paul doesn't really have the stamina to go with Mike Tyson if he's really at full health. But also, who knows if Mike Tyson's really at full health? So we'll see.
I'm about to say,
So
man, I hope that
oh,
sickness shit was some bullshit. I hope he come back, psych. I've been bullshit. I got you. I just want to give you a false sense of security, bitch, and just whoop his
But you
motherfucking
sick?
ass. Have him screaming like Tom and Jerry and shit.
we have a couple of comments I
Okay.
wanted to touch on. Tyree says, "Did you hear about the slap?" And Jake's mom. I'm not sure about
I
Jake's
don't know nothing
mom,
about
but I
that.
did hear about the slap. And also Nynd says, "So what y'all say about Kamala in the election? I wish you were here about 30 minutes ago because you missed the whole 35-minute conversation on that."
Well, I mean, it was more so from the perspective of somebody who did not vote.
Yeah, yeah,
I would. I don't know if you talked about it all that much from your perspective on everything, because a woman's
mine.
perspective would be nice
I get
about
it. Yeah,
how you
yeah, no,
African American in the country, you know,
yeah.
how.
But I would like to know what about Jake's mom? I'm sorry. Wait, I'm sorry. Let's see. But I will say this, like I said before, I am so disappointed in this country. Y'all signed the death sentence of a whole bunch of Palestinians, and that is so nasty and so rude and so cunty. And I'm gonna say this shit, and I know we're gonna get demonetized, but that's so cunty and not in a good way.
Wait. I'm confused. I thought the narrative was that
Huh?
both Kamala and Trump were for the war, so it didn't matter
Mm-mm.
on that front.
No,
It didn't
no, no,
matter,
no, no.
right?
Mm-mm. That's
Explain.
not true. That's not true. So
Or
Kamala
technically,
was
but
calling for a ceasefire. She had even boycotted Netanyahu. He came down here for the Capitol thing or whatever, talking to the House.
Yeah.
And they've been in talks for a ceasefire, but they were told by Trump, hey, don't do that until after the election. And now we have the bullshit that we have now. And Trump is going to have Palestine flattened. Okay. Y'all didn't do the job you thought it was going to be by doing that. Like it
That guy's
just
to a
was.
parking lot.
And now I have to, like, I haven't heard from my doctor. I'm trying to get my Mirena replaced just in case, I just don't want shit happening, okay? Okay. And I would rather be in a place where I would be safe, you know. I want to be safe if I'm going to be sitting up here having kids and stuff like that. But now I know that it could be anyway, and now I know that it could be dangerous, for me to have a kid or to even try to get rid of it if it happens in one of these states that is saying, "Hey, no, you can't do that." You feel me? Like it's a really fucked up feeling, and I don't think that a lot of people understand how fearful a lot of women are right now because to be honest, if y'all take away the birth control completely, I won't have anything to stop me from bleeding like a fucking slaughterhouse. Now, do you want women bleeding like slaughterhouses all over the place
If
next
that's how
door to
God
you?
naturally
Next
designed you,
to
I guess
you?
so.
No. If I was to have an ectopic pregnancy and I want to make sure that I live. I can't get that because some dude who don't even have a kuchacha wants to tell me what I'm going to do.
Yep.
And that is not fair.
Not
That
what's
is
also
not
not fair in this
fair.
country. Not the fact, not just not only that, but um, going. A lot of these laws and restrictions aren't put in place for health safetyness, right? They're being put in place because they go against religious beliefs that you don't even follow because you're not Christian.
Yeah.
Most
And
people just go there. Just you're not. This isn't a Christian country.
yeah,
It
it's
started
not.
off
It's
that way, but it's not because a lot of things had to get reneged,
so
and now we're
so
still
90
suffering
says
from it.
LOL lies. I'm not
Lies.
even sure what the lies thing was about,
Oh boy.
but I guess maybe it was about the ceasefire. I don't know, but I'm hoping to God you weren't saying LOL lies about me talking about
Maybe
women's
Jake's
health.
mom recording that she's going to kill Mike.
Um, but yeah, I don't I don't feel safe, especially with these stupid motherfuckers
Uh oh. She gonna talk
going
about it.
around
Here we go.
talking about
Here we go.
your body, my choice.
Ah, so you know the update on that
Let
nigga,
me
right?
let me hear you say that shit in front of me. I will choke you to death. And I mean it. I will choke you because how dare you say something so rapey? How dare you say something so rapey to someone you don't even know? I'm going to choke you. And hopefully, when you come back, because I'm going to make sure you get right to the edge of death, right? So when you come back, you'll have a bit more sense. Who wants to talk now?
No, I mean she's right. I mean there's obviously there's a lot of fear going on. On that note that you said about Gonza, did y'all hear about Ben and Jerry's
Oh, yeah, bench.
about
That's
them
why I
suing
ordered
their
them.
parent company
Mm-hmm.
because they were
About what?
they're suing their parent company because the parent company said that they would sue them for talking about Palestine
Mm-hmm.
or making any
Any
outreach towards them at
politics.
all,
Yeah.
and that they would sue every board member and dismantle their board. So now that the election is over and
Mm-hmm.
everything has come to pass, Ben and Jerry's is suing them now or countersuing for interfering with a political movement. So because Ben and Jerry's has always been political,
Mm-hmm.
never not been political, always
I got
been
some
on that
Ben and
shit.
Jerry's in my freezer that I'm going to be eating as soon as we're done with this. So
So you know, then there's the whole.
I like Ben and Jerry's.
So you can do your research on the Ben and Jerry situation if you want, but yeah, that's happening.
But
The whole Doge coin. I heard you heard about that. Doge, damn Elon Musk. The fence of something he got, and I got to keep in mind, let people know that he did not get
okay,
appointed. He's not appointed yet. He just threw
okay.
his hat in
Oh,
the. He just threw his hat in there.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so Night B, I'm so sorry. You're right. He's not taking away birth control. You are right about that. But the justices that he has put into the Supreme Court have been actively trying to do that. So that is kind of his fault there. All right. And
And
also,
also
Kamala
past 2025
just
too. Don't
Trump
forget
told her to
that.
wait. That's not what I was talking about.
Okay.
He told Netanyahu to not accept any ceasefire negotiations until after the election, not Kamala, but they were actively trying to get that ceasefire done.
And then we're worried about, as y'all may not know, but I work alongside the Department of Education. A lot of our funding comes from the Department of Education and our local government. And with word that stuff like that is coming down the pipeline, people are prepping for things that might not even happen just because things that he normally says doesn't really hold up, but it's enough to get people moving with their wallets and how they move with their money and where the funding is going. No point in
Yeah.
putting funding in something that's about to close, right?
Yeah.
I think he got it right. No
Mm.
point in
Sorry
putting
to,
money in something that's about to close. No point
yeah.
in building into something that's not going to be there anymore. But and just like the president, the Department of Education can take the blame for all the mishandlings of our education system in America. So
Yeah. Um, let's hear from Tris real quick. I'm sorry.
Oh no,
You
there's
okay?
multiple
Oh,
multiple things going on. everything from I mean, again, they have the Senate, likely will have the House, they had the Supreme Court, they have the presidency. They're even putting a Fox News host in for what, Department of Defense or whatever the fuck. Like, that's insane. Like, they're just playing in our faces right now. So like,
Yeah.
people should prepare, but we also need to organize. I think looking to like things like how people are organizing in their protests of the genocide in Gaza, looking to how women are talking about helping each other organize with their own version of 4B and everything like that. I think these are things to look towards on how to move smart and safely and move with community in mind when we talk about, how we do these next 4, maybe 8, maybe 12 or more years. Because, like, it's not just, oh, do what I do and fend for yourself. Because when that happened in Nazi Germany and it was time for people to fend for themselves, most people ended up on those trains. Most people, you know, the people who were able to hide were taken in by whoever could, and that's was people looking out for them. But 6 million people still died, and that's like in the concentration camps. Not even talking about all the other people who died in the war and everything else. So like we gotta, really talk about we can't just keep playing on the base level of like, oh, y'all always complain. It's gonna be another 4 years, then back and forth. We gotta really think about the things we lose. Not just, I mean, really every election. Everything always ratchets back right one way or
Yeah.
another. But how much more? Think about how much more white people are gonna play in our face and be ignorant, and be dumb, and be racist again. Why was niggas out here chanting, your body, my choice? Like, motherfuckers want to play in people's faces. Motherfuckers want to let their inner Klansmen out. So, like, we should
Um,
start talking about safety plans. We should start preparing ourselves for what the potential could look like and have it focus on protecting our loved ones, protecting the community, and looking out for each other. Because, again, if we're all just fighting for ourselves, there's going to be a lot of people getting crushed like roaches.
so I'm looking in the comments and hello, Jazzy. And Night B says, why bring up 4B? I don't know who brought up the 4B movement. No one did. Most women voted for Trump. Why nobody ever addressed that as if it's only men that voted him in?
Most
Oh,
white women did.
we know,
That's
we
why I
know
said
them,
I
them
made I cleared
white
it up. I
girls
didn't want to
did
cut her
that.
off, but I wanted to
Most
address
white
it when
women
he said
did.
it. I was like, nope, I'm not even gonna wait.
Wait,
Whites.
who said it? Who said
Oh,
I
that?
said I was talking about 4B.
a night. I
Oh,
said
you
Night
were
B
talking
said that.
about
I said white
4B?
women did. I said white women. I said it in chat when he
Yeah,
was
Hmm.
talking.
It was
I wanted to clear it
definitely
up.
a big percentage of white women.
yeah, white women, maybe some Hispanic, like, well, maybe a bunch of Hispanic women, maybe a
Latinos.
bunch of
I was so
Indian women.
surprised to see Native
Yeah.
Americans in the percentage
Hmm.
that was high. And I said, ooh, yeah, Hispanic women as well.
I
Hmm.
agree. There's a whole bunch of dumbass motherfuckers out there. First of all, let it be known. Let it be known. And I said this back. Actually, I'm glad you said something, Night B. That was our campaign, um, back in 2016 when we didn't want Trump in office. We a lot of black women, big celebrities, all came together for the Black Caucus. The idea was to get men to go out there and vote because they said that if women voted, men would follow suit. Get your man to vote. Your man doesn't believe in the system. If you believe in the system, then it will help. So black women and men went out there and voted. If you look at the numbers from 2016, a lot of us voted against Trump, and it didn't matter. It didn't
Hmm.
matter. Now you're looking at this campaign. Black women came together again, even harder, even harder. This time around, told hey Hispanics, let's do it. Let's get it together. Let's work together. Let's get it right. And they fell off. That's why a lot of black women are saying we're out. We don't want. We'll see
Yeah,
you in 4 years. We're bowing out.
yeah.
And all you
But
motherfuckers
no,
that voted for him, you good. You got it. Whatever you get, you get. I gotta fight for myself now. That's what they're saying.
And Jazzy J says the Dems got to do better, actually campaign instead of throwing ratchet concerts. Let Megan live, y'all. That was
It wasn't
She
even talking
wasn't
about Meg.
shaking.
Every time they say that,
No,
I
Megan
always
was the
think
only.
Cardi B.
Wait,
Listen, at least white
Megan
people
and
talk politics
Jordan.
though. Like, but also, if you're gonna do all the ass shaking and clapping, do that. But also talk about some like when Bernie Sanders was running, didn't he come up with a whole Medicare Advantage to basically suppress Medicare for all? Whatever the fuck happened to that? Why are we moving to the next level beyond Obamacare? Like, you could have talked about something when you had everybody, like when you had all the damn celebrities and everyone watching. This was the time to talk about something, talk about, making some real equity, not just normalcy. Normalcy versus somebody that people think is bringing revolution is not going to win. You need revolution to fight revolution. You need fire to fight fire. And also, speaking of the, black women telling the rest like, hey, it's all on y'all. Like, I also put that on Kamala Harris and Obama too, in a way. Think about it. They were sitting there talking to black men in barbershops about, hey, y'all need to do y'all duty and vote. They're talking to Arab Americans about how, hey, if you do this, if you don't vote for her, you know, Palestine and what happens there in Gaza is going to be on you. Meanwhile, how come they didn't sit there and talk to no white? Again, tiptoeing around whether or not she black or not. How come you can't go to the white people and be like, last time when y'all had this option for voting for Trump, y'all really went out there and voted for Trump. Y'all have some white men out here talking about they here for Kamala. Are the rest of y'all gonna get in line and vote for a better future, or you're gonna let your crazy relatives take the
Yeah.
country back from you? They
Um,
that's who they should have been talking to.
so Night B wants to know why you brought up the 4B movement with this whole situation when it was it the majority of women that voted for Trump?
No,
No. Okay, so
I
it
think it
was
was
No.
like 23%.
Again,
okay,
majority of
so
white women
of
and
white women that
Hispanic
voted for
women, Asian women, they was the ones voting for Trump. And we talking about, again, if black women are the most neglected and taken advantage of and harmed women in the world, but also in this country, then when we're talking about seeing what the women in South Korea is going through and how a lot is going to follow suit, who is it going to really affect the most here? It's going to really affect black women, Native American women, women like that the most, women that's easy to like sexually exploit and no one care about, especially legally. So when we're talking about the things that people are talking about with 4B and ways to protect yourself from being coerced in a relationship, being financially abused, being put in a situation where if they get rid of no fault divorce, you're stuck. We're talking about what our solutions are going to be. These are important conversations to have, especially if they're getting rid of sex education, if they get rid of like contraceptions, if they get rid of like us being able to know our history to the degree that we should. If we, especially if they get rid of like different social programs to help us, if they're going to try and make women more subservient, then like that's going to affect all women, but that's especially going to affect, you know, black people and black women. So they
uh,
especially have to look out for each other, and we should be helping them and learning from them so we can also look out for each other better too.
so Jazzy J says it's more whites in the population than blacks. The Dems try to pander to blacks because we are in the majority cities in those swing states. It's so they can win certain states. And Sonic Chronic says the numbers show more men voted for Trump than women as a whole. Jazzy J says exactly. Nobody asked Taylor Swift to put on a concert. I'm sorry.
She got Lady Gaga.
And Night B is responding to. Were you responding to Sonic Chronic? But I'm gonna keep going down. So we also have uh that's the majority of women, white and Hispanic. White women and Hispanic women are a majority of women. So why I bring up 4B when the majority of women voted Trump? Stop with the Trump attacking women narrative. He support IVF and
Is
and
that the
all.
only issue that matters to women, or are there other issues? Again, Trump
He
will
does
directly
not support.
Yeah, Trump will directly attack a woman himself. Not even just politically,
Yeah, like
sexually.
what? First
Trump.
off, can we stop trying to make it seem like Trump is this little baby that everybody is just poking and prodding and man, that man do not like women. Okay. And I don't mean that in oh he's a gay person way. I mean like in somewhere in his soul he has like a hatred for women. I don't know if his mom didn't breastfeed him. I don't know if maybe, he saw something he wasn't supposed to with his mama. But baby,
No, he's a
don't
rich
take it
white
for
man
good.
who's racist and wants to take advantage of women. That's all it
Yeah.
is.
When did Trump attack women? Let's talk about how he calls people uh
Girl, girl. Like, have you not
or
seen he's an
a
associate of
mean
Jeffrey
woman
Epstein?
or a bad woman. Like it's so many things you can pull up of him talking. I mean, the way
Yeah,
he was talking about Kamala Harris.
Jeffrey
Is she even
Epstein,
black? I didn't know she was black now. I
the
didn't
Gene
know.
No,
Kelly.
not even that. He called her a fucking bitch. I saw that clip
Mm,
where he was in the golf cart and they had seen him and this was after the assassination attempt. So remember he went to the golf course. So somebody saw him and they asked him, how does he feel about the debate and blah, blah, blah. And he said, well, Sleepy Joe and all this. And then he said, but hopefully he doesn't drop out because Kamala will basically come in. And he said, that fucking bitch. I'm like, whoa, I gotta find that fucking video. Let me find it. While I'm talking about that because he said a lot of stuff.
but yeah, he's also
Kamala
both
did not
a
attack
convicted.
black men and women while she was attorney general. She was
Oh
just
God.
the attorney general doing her job. You guys have to do your research. She didn't just lock black men up and hold them for cheap labor. Okay.
But
And
also,
Jazzy J says, I don't think he hates women. He's just an idiot. That says crazy stuff. Welcome to America.
listen,
Yeah.
there's a lot of people
So,
that you passes to that hate women. That think about it. There are still people saying Diddy doesn't hate women. There's still people saying R. Kelly doesn't hate women. They love women. Again, they have performed violence against women both in policy and in physical, actual real life. Like if you look at some of the stories of what's happened to like some of Trump's ex, wives or partners and shit like that. The fact that his one of his wives is buried on a golf course.
of course.
Yeah, this is a man who deeply hates and resents women. This is a man who would use his ability to go to the Americas, Miss America and everything like that, and just watch the women and the girls undress and shit like that. This is a man who does not value women, who objectifies them, and if they fight back against him, he turns violent. Like again, both in policy and as a human being. So like, I don't know if you need someone to literally call someone a bitch for you to think that they hate a woman, but like we gotta actually look at how a person actually has a record of treating people.
I was gonna say, 'cause that's not really fair. I can call somebody a bitch and not say I hate all women. I'm
But
just
but
his
saying.
record,
I'm just. I
much
don't
like,
even want to advocate for this nigga or give him any leeway,
but his
fair
record
is fair.
already gives
but
that.
no, but that's what I'm saying. A lot of us are waiting. Like when we talk about racism, and we don't actually talk about policies, and we don't talk about the shit they've done to people. Like Trump is racist, like literally, like in the way he's not only just acted, policies enacted, the way that he treated people work for him, the way that he wouldn't rent to certain people again because of their color of their skin and other things. Like, but people will be like, "Well, I haven't heard him say the N word, so he can't be a racist." Or he has this one. He was cool with Ben Carson. He was cool with this other black guy, Herschel Walker. So he can't be that bad. It's like, yeah, what middle school version of racism are y'all still on? Like again, slave owners used to own us and sleep with us and like
Middle
have
school version.
with us for Christmas. Like niggas could still hate us. Again, the hate is about second class citizens you, like putting you in your place and expecting you to stay in your place. and not getting out of it. It's not about, oh, I want to kill all of you. Like, there's degrees to this shit.
There's been a video
Uh,
circulating. I'm sorry. Sorry.
so I'm being told that Kamala did do that. Locked up a black mother because her sick black daughter. That's all on record. She locked up black men and held them for cheap labor to fight fires. That's on record. Jazzy J says that's majority of men in politics and celebrity status, in my opinion.
Yeah,
And Night B says you still make excuses for Kamala and Democrats' anti-black racism. Biden's mentor was literally a KKK leader. I do remember hearing that.
yeah.
Um,
Segregationists. I've
and
called.
Jazz, oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Go ahead. No, I'm just saying. Again, I've talked multiple times about the problems of both parties and the racism in both parties. Is again, and I'm not someone who's saying, "Oh, you should have voted for Kamala." I'm more of, again, if you're voting for Trump, you do realize what you're voting for, right?
Mhm.
That's the only thing. It's like, again, if you voted Green Party, I get that. If you like have always voted Republican, and so this is just another thing to vote for it, I get it. But again, if your family members stop talking to you, get why they're not talking to you either. If
I mean,
people are
you're
looking,
not voting in your self interest, okay?
yeah,
If you're a Republican and you're voting in your self interest because you can afford to be a Republican, I understand. I've always had the standard that most Republicans have fucking money and a lot of times get cutbacks from the shit that happens during their time. But if you're not getting those cutbacks and the only thing that you can jive with is the what do you call it, the fucking I want to say practices, but let's just say what they say they're going to do that they don't do. Like if you voted for Trump in 2016 because he said he was going to build a wall, I bet you look real fucking dumb right now because that shit did not happen. He did not happen. It didn't. He said, "Well, I tried," but he didn't try. He called Mexico, and Mexico was like, "No, you," and he was like, "No, you," and they were like, "No, you," and they're like, "Well, I guess it's not happening then." If you're voting from that perspective, you need to do your research and think about what the fuck your president and his cabinet can really do, because all that shit that they're saying on both sides ain't gonna happen that way. It's gonna take more than just the president, and I want everyone to get into the habit of not blaming everything on this man
Mm.
because it can't be everything. He's gonna take
Okay.
the. He's just the
Uh,
mascot of everything. He's the mascot of America right now. So when the shit go down, if we have another riot, if we have anything else that
Thank
go
you.
down, it's gonna be he's gonna be the face of it
Thank
from the
you.
outside world, from like other countries and
Thank you.
shit. Damn, what's going on in America today? Trump television.
Right.
I mean,
And
but to go further on that point, when we talk about, like, for example, Nazi Germany, we're happy to say, Hitler, but like, it's not just Hitler. It's also Goebbels. It's also the entire Nazi command. It's also the Nazi youth. It's all the niggas, the SS, all that shit. Similarly here, it's all the fucking shit that already existed that like disadvantage us. And on top of that, all the motherfucking MAGA heads who are coming together, and also all the other people that's in these circles coming together to again enact shit like Project 2025 and fuck over people's lives again out of some religious zealousness that they want to return back to and turn the dial back on the clock for the nation for the sake of again ruling with power, using religion to justify it. So when we say, like, again, a lot of people just see Trump, and that's the problem.
thank you.
They don't see all the other people attached to the shit that's like also been a part of the problem all this time. So much shit that should have been changed or taken out. That like, oh, now that Trump is back in, it makes it easier for him and the people who are going to use him to like fuck shit up. But at the end of the day, Trump is to blame for a lot of shit that's coming and a lot of shit that he will also pass and be happy to co-sign. And so is all the other types of white supremacists and Christian nationalists that's going to be riding his coattails.
um, does anybody have anything else to say? Because we are running out of time. And we oh, big surprise, we will be back next week. We do have a guest. He is a crypto investor and an author, and he would love to talk to everybody about that. So definitely make sure to tune in next Friday for that. But anybody else got anything?
I just want I'm gonna say that Trump's going to be um another distraction for the next 4 years.
Hmm.
And there's going to be a lot of things to try to slide through Congress because we're going to be so busy focusing on what the fuck he's going to be talking about and so mad over what he's going to be talking about and doing. Because he can say and do a lot of shit. Everybody's on edge right now for the shit that he's saying right now that he's saying he's going to do. Rightfully so. But a lot of those are empty threats. So while we're worried about what the fuck he's saying and doing, other shit is going on around him. People around him are making moves and just looking at him. Look at our mascot. Look at our mascot
Yep.
do things. He's dancing for you. He's doing the jig, right? He's doing the dig. You see him, right? Yeah, look at there you go. And other shit is going on. We have to be cognitive and aware of our situation in America, regardless of what race we are. We can fit the blame game all day. All day. We'll run ourselves in circles. We can even fight over the shit, but I don't think it's worth it at this point because much like my black queen said, I'm out. I'm done with it. When those issues arrive with people who voted either with or against him or whatever, or they don't like the state of our country because of or the state that they're in for their country, and they look to us for support because black people in general always show our support for the other races because we feel for them for the things that we've gone through in our past, whether it was directly to us, happening directly at us right now, or it's happened to our grandparents or great grandparents. I think some of y'all forget that less than 200 years ago. That's all I'm going to say. Less than 200 years ago. Do your research what happened less than 200 years ago. Less than. Hadn't even been 200 years yet. And y'all worry, I think that we have the privilege of just ignoring the fact that these things are happening because they're going to happen regardless. If that was the case, we'd still be fucking slaves. If that was the case, women would still be at home. If that was the case, women would not be voting right now. For us to even elect this nigga into office. To be honest, to even be able to say it was mostly women, well, guess what? That was part of the change. Oh, now we're going to say women shouldn't vote because they voted for this nigga? No. No, we're not going to do that. That's stupid. We need to stick together and band together. Those are my last statements on that. Be smart. Think about your family. Even if you voted against your best interests, I want you to take time to really assess the situation and how it not only affects you, but the people around you, and see if, even if you voted for him in this her situation, hold your constituents accountable, the people who represent you, for the things that you do or don't agree with. Hold them accountable. That's the best thing we can do right now. Hold ourselves accountable. Yes, we can always do that. I'm not preaching that today. They always want to say black people, well, you want to change this, you need to go worry about the person shooting down the street. I'm not worried about Jimmy and Dean down the street shooting motherfuckers. I'm not doing that. It's always a dead ass argument. Sorry. I'm sorry. I had a lot on my chest. It's a lot. It's always, some of the most smartest people say the dumbest shit and have the dumbest arguments, and they trap themselves in stupid ass conversations for no, and be like, well, we can better ourselves if then everything will be good. No other fucking race does that. Why do we have to better ourselves in order for everything to be working perfectly? So we have to be fucking perfect. Everybody, if one black person voted for Trump, that we all fucking, oh, that one black person, or that one black person at the Capitol, remember? We were like, what was that nigga doing there? We it's that trauma.
It was trolling, unfortunately, but yeah.
That trauma, right? That trauma. We look at that black nigga. Look at that nigga over there. He making us look bad. No, he's not. He does not represent us. And we gotta stop holding ourselves that type of accountability. Because that's dumb. We gotta be better than human now. Not only are we the most dangerous people on this fucking rock, most dangerous individuals in the country, right? Do drugs, all that shit, gang banging, can't work. You put all these different titles on us, and then talk about what we do or don't do. Then when we come together, it's always a problem. We always getting killed for it. Maybe the thing that needs to happen is the thing that they fear the most. And that's what people actually do, that collective thinking. But I'm not talking about at one place. I'm talking about everywhere. Because you kill enough people, you'll have another riot on your hands.
Anybody else? Okay.
Ah,
Oh,
no, I was gonna say, no, the voice of God put it very succinctly.
okay. What about you, Samurai?
I forgot he was even here. I gotta
He was talking to you.
nah he
He was talking.
I got
I'm
him set
good.
up so that
Yeah, that's what I was
non-video
like.
participants don't show their
Yeah. So,
I can fix that real quick. Cause
but
I'm good.
okay, guys,
I
let's
said
get
what I
to
had to
our
say.
road to the moon. So, you guys know I have launched my
hold on.
nail polish line. I was supposed to wear these today, but this is Anubis and Sphinx right here. That is Anubis and Sphinx. I don't know, maybe you can see it better like that in
You
the
want me to pull them
bottles,
up?
but yeah, please. So it is vegan. It is 10 free, which means you could use it on your littles and your fur babies because it is free of 10 harmful cancer-causing chemicals and other chemicals that could make you sick. So I have 9 colors, and you guys can get it on my Etsy shop, which should be on the link that is in the description. And also my coloring books, you guys. I am still selling those. They are still available on Amazon, and I will be coming out with some more. Yay!
Like hotcakes.
So, hmm,
I said like hotcakes.
yeah, and let's see. Yeah, I am so excited for Ewa. I have sent out my first couple of orders. I cannot wait for my next 1,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000 orders that I'll be getting. But yeah, you guys, I'm good. I'm done.
Tris, are you gonna do yours?
Yeah. So I was gonna say if no one else is next, I'll head on. So promoting, of course, Believe New York, the charity that I'm with, the nonprofit that helps struggling New Yorkers get resources, have someone to talk to, get the help that they need so they can get up off their feet and so we can build a better city. We have an upcoming event coming on November 24th of this year. It's Believe New York's annual warm clothing drive. So help us spread warmth to those in need. We are collecting everything from gently used scarves, pants, long sleeves, sweaters, jackets, gloves, and new socks. Email believeny.org if you have donations. Donate no later than November 17th. So you basically, I think, the end of this weekend. So again, we're going to be doing it soon. And we'll also have food. So all clothing will be hand delivered to individuals and families experiencing poverty ahead of the winter season, just before Thanksgiving. And again, we're going to be at Thompson Square Park if you're in New York, not only handing out clothes, but also handing out food. So come spend
Food.
Thanksgiving. Yeah, yeah, I'm even cooking stuffing and maybe some chicken. We'll see.
You
So if
cooking?
you're in
You're cooking.
yeah, I'm cooking.
Okay.
And so making some stuffing for the event, maybe making some chicken. So come out, partake if you're in the area. And again, let's make it a better New York to believe in.
Samurai.
Oh my bad. I didn't know I had it on mute. Yeah, excuse me. I don't really have anything to promote. Anything I just say, man. These are the end times. Whatever you believe,
Your
Just like with
clothing.
God. Uh,
Your clothing line. What are you doing, sir?
I have nothing to promote right now.
Oh
Then
my
why
god.
did you send us a thing for promotion?
My man
I
said,
think I might
listen,
have by accident. Yeah, I ain't got nothing to promote
the
right now.
clothes don't
It was
matter
the
right
best
now.
of
Ain't no
times. It
accident.
was the
Hey,
worst of times.
hey,
Looking
can
at.
y'all send me stuff for promo? You sent me that.
I probably did by accident. Yeah.
So I'm just gonna do us a favor and and show y'all his logo for his clothing line because he
Coming
like
soon.
his stuff is pretty
That is
fire.
Coming soon.
Lord have mercy.
Coming soon.
If the world will end first.
The samurai with two
That's the one
eyes.
don't end first.
What are we
Oh
doing?
my God, y'all
What are we?
silly.
What the fuck are we doing?
But all right, y'all. So that's it. Yeah, that's it. So, like I said, next week, next Friday, we will have a special show where we will have a special guest, Timothy Howard Lawson, who is an author and a crypto investor. So he's going to teach us all how to do crypto and give you guys a free book as well. So
Huh?
make sure you guys do not miss it.
Oh, I do have one more thing that's really really important to say. Um, and don't I don't care what side of the fence you on this subject, it is what it is. But for those who are struggling mentally, please take care of yourselves. A lot of people, um, like uh, like Samurai said, think that this is going to be the end of times for a lot of men, women of color and different ethnicities. um, and sexualities. They're actively killing themselves, jumping off of bridges, and ending their life short because of this information because they feel like the world is against them yet again. If you're one of these people who feel like that, I need you to hang on, be strong, and formulate a plan because your life, you're worth more alive than you are dead on all fronts, on all fronts. If you're an artist, continue to draw. If you're a producer, continue to make music. If you're an editor, whatever your passion projects are, please continue to do them. If they are your safe spaces, talk with your friends, please. I would rather you be in our comments mad, upset, angry, scared, reaching out for help than, you know, committing sacrifice. Uh, there are hotlines for trans people. There are hotlines for everybody in the world right now. And I think that I wish that I had the forethought to kind of put it on the screen. Um, but they're everywhere. You can Google it. There's not hard, and they're free. You don't have to wait. You don't have to pay nothing. Just please. It's not the end. It won't be the end. It'll end with us, not because of them or anybody else. Sorry.
Hey. So definitely, you guys, the suicide hotline is always ready for you guys. Always waiting. You can text them as well. Um, but yeah, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. We enjoyed you guys being in the comments, and we will see you guys next Friday. Make sure you get here so you can get your free book. All right, you guys. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Virtual hugs.
Bye. Virtual hugs, virtual hugs.